Howdy folks, back, and I just filled the gear case, and I'm not sure how much I like that angle. I might want to straighten it up just a little bit more. I'm gonna see how it flies like that, and if I need to, I can put some kind of plate here to protect the transom and pull this pin out, and that'll get it straight up and down. But I get the feeling it's gonna be fine just like that with a little bit of an angle. The transom already too thick to change the angle on it. Excuse me. But yeah, she's about ready to go. I might just bring a bucket over here and fill it full of water to test it, but I still got to mix some gas. One thing I did notice that, and I had the same problem with the Mercuries, this little latch handle is upside down, or looks like it. But anyway, the Mercuries, you have this padding between the gas cap and the tank, and when you go to pull the hood off, see how it catches on the fuel cap, and it's really difficult. You have to actually pull the fuel cap off to clear that lip, and then you gotta finagle it back through, or you just have to bend the crap out of the rubber mounts on this, which ends up with it breaking. And I noticed a lot on the Mercuries, they have a broken motor mount here from doing that. And man, exact same mounts. I mean, just like a Mercury. But that's it. Other than that, I like the little 5-horse Mercuries. This is supposedly a 6-horse. I don't think there's much difference between a 5 and a 6 really. When it comes to power head size, it's probably just a little bit larger aperture on the jet. But so far so good. Everything seems snug, and I've been told by some people that these are real cheaply put together, that they're just knockoffs of a Mercury but thrown together real cheaply by low-paid workers in China. I notice the wires here are just zip stripped in a bundle, whereas on the last Mercuries I've had a bunch of these in the Mercury 5-horses. The wires would run through this little rubber loops here, and all this bundle would be bunched in here with the connectors together right here in the center. And this coil might even be upside down. I seem to remember that this causes an issue with the high tension wire coming out and hitting the gas can. When you flip the coil upside down, it comes out over here, and it gives you a little more room for your plug wire. But just little things. You got a throttle limiter here, which is just amounts to this plastic clip. I don't know if I can get the phone to focus here. This plastic clip just sitting on top of the cable end. That's a little bit different than the Mercury. But I mean, it's like they stole the Japanese-made Mercury design. There we go. It's a little better. Anyway, I will soon have some mixed gas in here and have the lower unit in some water, and we'll see how she runs. Give her a little shakedown test, and then we'll take her over across the street to the lake. I got some people to help me carry the body. This center body is getting pretty heavy. and I still got to add more glass to it. But I managed to put it up here on this table. It's only a 2-foot high table, so it's not that hard. I just picked up one end and scooted it up, but man, my back's hurting. I'm getting too old for that kind of crap. I still got a lot of work to do on the front wings. And this back mount here, I need another layer on this guy here. And I'm thinking I'm gonna put some wood strips across both front and back to mount hardware to, cleats, rope grabs, etc. Such stuff. And maybe if I put a cleat here and a cleat over here, instead of putting pins through this, I could just tie from this cleat to that cleat to pull inward on both sides. And the same with the bow. I haven't really decided exactly how I'm going to make it lock in, but I want it to be something really simple. And I'm just thinking that if I drill holes through that, that means I got to get some long pins like all thread, and it's another piece of metal that can corrode. And you know, I can always find a piece of rope or cordage. I can even make cordage. So as long as I have something to tie it to and pull in with, then I can always fix and replace or repair that with just whatever I have on hand. So, I mean, that's the idea, is to make this really simple. I want it to fit my needs and be customizable, where I can add to and optimize it as I go. But I also need it to stay very simple so that it's easy to work on, easy to get going. But anyway, that's where we're at. And I shall have some fuel mixed here and some water very soon, and we'll have this do a little shakedown run. See how the water came with a spare water impeller. So hopefully that's not the one that belongs in it, and that's the spare. I don't tend to have a problem with water impellers. People will run these things dry so much that they have to change the water impeller every year or two, and I just find that if I'm running it every day or quite often, I don't leave it sitting around a lot, and you know, I flush the engine when I get a chance, then I don't have a problem with water impellers. They last me for many years. I've ran 4 or 5 years without changing a water impeller, and as long as it's shooting out a steady stream of water, there's no reason to fix what ain't broke. And it's good to have a spare impeller on hand in case you need it, so you don't get stranded over some burned out impeller. But I don't see the point in pulling the lower unit and pulling the pump off and making new